What's up guys, welcome to Veldora-kun. From our previous episodes, we have seen Rimuru's executives coming back home to Jura Tempest after dealing with the war. If you haven't watched the previous episodes, we will put the links in the description below. You can watch in these videos what happened during the Walpurgis battle and the upcoming events. Just a quick warning, this videos contains spoilers from the light novel. Also, don't forget to join our Discord community. I welcome you to Veldora-kun Subordinates, the link is in the description below. See you there. So now in this video we will review what happened next, where Rimuru will have a meeting along with his executives for the plans. But before we will proceed, please like, subscribe to my channel and hit the notification bell. Now without further ado, let's proceed with the video. It's been a month since the end of the Walpurgis banquet, and the Jura Tempest town has become more and more active with more people arriving. Geld finally returned to the Jura Tempest and Rimuru greeted him, "Geld-kun. Good job out there." Geld looks so exhausted, and Rimuru asked him what happened. It's because he's having a hard time explaining to the captives about the labor work. Those Magians refused to comply, even when Geld's men gave physical demonstration of the work. So Rimuru asked Geld to grab a drink together to relax and ease his tiredness. Early on next morning, Rimuru asked all the lieutenants to have a meeting. But before that, he went to visit Hakuru and gave him a personal welcome. Hakuru seems very grateful having received such a privilege. Rimuru said, "Good job out there." They went to the hall, and everyone has now gathered at the large meeting room. Rimuru commenced a meeting by announcing, "Everyone. Some of you may already be aware, but I am now officially a demon lord." Everyone flooded him with congratulations and compliments. Rigard seems so moved, while Shion looks so proud. Rimuru brought up the decisions made during the Walpurgis banquet. It has been decided that Rimuru's territory include the entirety of the Jura Great Forest, and he has been officially titled as the ruler. Benimaru asks, "Does this include the entire forest including the banks across the river?" And Rimuru confirmed. Benimaru must be referring to the river of Ameld. The other side of the riverbank is territory under the control of the Eastern Empire, so unfortunately they are not very familiar with it. Rimuru sensed that something is off and asked them, "Is there a problem?" And Benimaru responded, "I recall that the opposite bank of the river is not under the administration of the Dryads. And since only the residents within the Dryads' territory consider Rimuru-sama as their leader, the residents opposite to the bank must be having headaches over the emergence of the new demon lord." Also Kaijin added, "Does this mean that all the demon lords recognize that all of the resources in this forest now belong to Rimuru-sama? Which means that from now on, outsiders would need Rimuru's permission for entering and residing within the forest." Gabiru announced that he told his father about Rimuru's great deeds in becoming a demon lord and his father would like to greet Rimuru in person. The lizardmen are considered a major tribe within the Great Jura Forest. If a major tribe like them decides to greet Rimuru in person, then it would pressure the weaker ones to greet Rimuru as well. To summarize, the news of Rimuru becoming a demon lord has spread across the lands and he will be expecting lots of visitors from all over the forest soon. Perhaps they all think it is better to be protected under the demon lords than to stand against them. Rimuru ponders about it and thinks that they would be soon busy attending the monsters visiting their nation. He thinks how about they take advantage of it and use the news to advertise the town. Rather than having everyone visiting one at a time, it would be much more convenient to invite them here all together at once. They must seize this opportunity to promote the town and encourage people to come and live there. Rimuru said, "Besides, we've been very stressed lately, so shouldn't we take a break once in a while? That's why I propose we should hold a festival as well." Everyone thinks it's a nice idea and agreed. And with that, the huge Tempest festival will soon be underway. Fuse has spread the news about the safety of Rimuru's town to more people, and, as a result, the town has seen more visitors than ever before. With how things have progressed, the Empress Olmesia Aloris has decided to reach out and form diplomatic relations with Tempest Federation. It means that they have to construct a road connecting to Sorcerer's Dynasty Sarian. Rimuru asks Sowei to conduct investigation as whether or not there are monster tribes nearby that would interfere with the construction. When Soe returned, he explained that there weren't any hostile monsters spotted on the planned construction route or the neighboring areas, and said they all approved of Rimuru-sama's plan as soon as I explained it. But there is one more issue. Since the Jura Great Forest is now under Rimuru-sama's control, it will include the Kasha Mountains near the border zone. It is an area with dangerous rapids and steep hills, and in addition, the hidden village of the Tengu tribes resides at the mountaintop. This is a secret gleaned from the local residents that cannot be overlooked. Kasha Mountains is a beautiful mountain range filled with steep peaks overlooking the clouds, but it is an extremely mysterious land. Rimuru asked Soe, "What do you mean, that we cannot overlook it?" And Soe responded, "The Tengu tribe may seem to be a peaceful bunch, but they are actually naturally aggressive fighters. Even Demon Lord Frey has avoided directly confronting them, so it would be best if we inform them too before proceeding. The Kasha Mountains are strictly outside of the Jura Great Forest, and hence outside his field of administration. It is an independent land that isn't included in Frey's territory either. So they decided to send Soe first to announce the visiting of Jura Tempest representative on the said mountain. After talking with Soe, Rimuru went to Benimaru. Shuna accused Benimaru, "Ni-sama, you've been quite close to Alva-san lately, are you trying to sneak on a date with her?" Which surprised Rimuru, and he also asked Benimaru about it, where Benimaru calmly denies. "That's just a misunderstanding, Rimuru-sama. Shuna, please don't spread such rumors." Shion also begins to say some bizarre things, only to have provoked Benimaru's retorts. So before the silly conversation gets out of hand, Rimuru gives Benimaru his task. Rimuru will send Benimaru to the hidden village near their border with Sarian. Benimaru nods with a tired expression and accepts the mission. "Yes sir, understood," and that concludes the issue. Rimuru asked Diablo for updates regarding their plan, and Diablo updated Youm's status. Since Youm hasn't even had any noble education, he probably can't even properly engage with any nobles or royalties. So right now, the previous king of Pharmas has been acting as Youm's mentor under Diablo's command. Also, there is still no response from the Western Saints Church. The greater demon servants summoned by Diablo confirmed that Rahim had arrived at the capital. And Rimuru asked, after which, he has not left the capital at all, which Diablo confirmed, indeed. "I told my servants to continue their surveillance of the capital, and they are supposed to report to me as soon as Rahim exits." Yet he says that his servants still have not reported back. Rimuru is curious if, could it be that someone tried to silence him by murdering him? But Diablo rejects Rimuru's theory and replied, "No, because of my unique skill Tempter would let me know if my servant dies." Rimuru concluded that, in other words, right now we have no idea what Western Saints Church plan to do. Rimuru knows that Hinata is smart, and he believes she will make the right call. It will be most ideal if they choose to coexist rather than provoking the monsters. Benimaru suggested, "I personally think that we should just resolve things by fighting a war with them once and for all." But Shuna is intrigued and suddenly opens up, "When Rimuru-sama battled against Hinata the Saint, we were under attack. Someone probably orchestrated all these behind the scene, and the two incidents must have some connections. Moreover, Clayman also implied that there is someone else behind him," and Rimuru recalls the happening and interrupted Shuna, "Is it not that lord?" And Shuna replied, "Probably. Right now, we are aware that someone is plotting against us, so we need to take into consideration his possible actions as well. We cannot get careless." During their discussion, both Shuna and Rimuru realized something and their thoughts aligned. Shuna asked, "Rimuru-sama, based on the timing of when you were attacked, is it not obvious that Hinata and that lord are somehow connected?" Rimuru asked everyone, assuming she is already acquainted with that lord, "Do you guys think it is possible for her to be ordered by this person?" But they all realized that the answer is no. Rimuru thinks that woman wasn't even willing to hear his words. How could she accept others' request or even be ordered by someone else? Kai-jin opens up, "Hinata is the commander of the Holy Knight Order, so it's unlikely she will follow anyone else's order." That hot chick only listens to the will of the god Ruminas. It is famously rumored that even the Pope is not able to change her mind. They concluded that no one ordered Hinata to attack Rimuru, and the overlap of events was purely coincidence. Diablo asked Rimuru, then what does Rimuru-sama think about whether the Western Saints Church will take action this time or not? Rimuru thinks that with his good intention shown along with the message he sent, Hinata wouldn't be so stupid as to still stand against Tempest Federation consisting of him, a disaster-ranked demon lord and catastrophe-ranked Veldora. Out of nowhere, someone muttered nonsense at the background and it says, the god Ruminas. Ruminas? I feel like I know that name somewhere, Veldora says while thinking deeply. Rimuru recalls Hinata saying that the monster nation is an obstacle. That's because the doctrines of the Western Saints Church, the Ruminas sect, does not tolerate monsters. But there's more reason to it. Why would Hinata consider them as obstacles? The doctrine of Ruminism does not tolerate the existence of monsters, but it doesn't seem like enough reason. There must be a person manipulating behind the scene, and what could be his goal? With this question in Rimuru's mind, Wisdom King Raphael responded. Answer. It involves several countries, individuals and other factors. A number of intents have been spotted after analysis, and the intents may seem to have common goals, there are contradictions among them. Thus, attributing all occurred events to one mastermind is unreasonable. Indeed, things are clearer when considering there to be multiple people involved. Claimant saw Rimuru and the monsters as a hindrance, so he also tried to manipulate them. That's why he was happy to see that Rimuru was attacked by Hinata and had their fight to the death. Pharma's kingdom thought that Rimuru becoming the leader of the Federation is a barrier and their kingdom's profit is reduced. That's why they decided to take over the kingdom and gain our resources for his own country. That's why they also wanted to see that Hinata would handle Rimuru. So, what was Hinata herself thinking? Things began to unfold when all three parties' goal aligned. The results of these events were Rimuru's escape from Hinata's chase, defeat of Pharmas in battle and the death of Clayman. Rimuru alerted everyone, perhaps we have been thinking it in the wrong way all this time. And Benimaru asked, what do you mean? And Rimuru explained, there may be more than one mastermind behind the scene. I guess that there have been different groups that got involved in the matter to have led things be the ways they are. And this time, they are acting on their own since their interests are no longer in alignment. With this, Rimuru gave them orders one by one. He assigned Shuna to investigate the transactions from Clayman's ledger that was retrieved from his base. Then Diablo to pressure the civil servants in Pharmas to speak the truth and Benimaru to re-examine the members of the team that will be dispatched to assist Youm's party. Rimuru left the town to Rigurd's care. Angeld is tasked to focus on his work with the construction of road and ruling the captives. Also, Hakuru is assigned to assist Benimaru with the re-examination. While Gabiru will aid Rigurd in the town of Jura Tempest. Then Rimuru said, as for Xian, let's see, oh yes. You will be my bodyguard, yup. Veldora asked how about him and Rimuru replied, oh Veldora, for you, be careful not to get in anyone's way. Veldora happily agreed and said he's good with his task. And as such, it's business as usual for Rimuru in the meetings, even when he is now a demon lord. Now that all the issues have been addressed, the meeting with Rimuru's executives is dismissed. And that's it for my video. But before we will end, I want to thank my Discord members who recently boosted our server. Big thanks to Venom One Shot King, Fids, MSN47, Monitors, and Almighty T. Thank you so much. Also, thank you for watching my video. Don't forget to comment down below your thoughts.